Now to matters education, the Ministry of Education has deferred the reopening of colleges and TVET institutions to January 2021. Education Cabinet Secretary George Magoha says the decision to change the opening dates from September to January was informed by the realization that most institutions are yet to comply with requisite COVID-19 health protocols. He, however, lauded universities for adopting new technologies to conduct online learning and virtual graduations.
During his address to the nation Monday, President Uhuru Kenyatta directed the Ministry of Education to give a clear direction on the reopening of tertiary institutions, directing Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha to engage stakeholders and develop an acceptable plan of action.
Tunataka kuondoa ile doubt ambaye iko haswa kwa watoto wetu na tarehe za kufungua mashule yetu au vyuo vyetu vya masomo mbalimbali, na tumekubaliana kwa mkutano wetu leo ya kwamba Waziri wa Elimu Profesa Magoha ataita mkutano wa washikadau wote wa elimu baada ya siku chache, na wakishamaliza mkutano wao na mashauriano yao wataitana waweze kupatia wazazi, waweze kupatia wanafunzi na watoto wetu wote vile tutaendelea na mambo ya elimu.
Magoha holding a meeting with stakeholders in the education sector on Thursday, where they resolved that colleges and TVET institutions will now reopen in January 2021.
And my teams, all the PSS, Belio Kipsang, Julius Juan, Nabukwesi, we spanned out, plus other members of staff, and visited a sizable number of these colleges and inspected them. As to the level of compliance with the COVID-19 protocols, the last TTC I went to was yesterday, and that was in Machakos, but I have been to many others, including Eregi, which was nowhere near being called ever going to be ready, and many others. But the long and short of it is that we have 1 month to go, and these institutions are definitely not ready.
Magoha, who spoke at the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, however, said universities had continued with learning uninterrupted, with virtual graduations being held, with Egerton University holding its graduation tomorrow and the University of Nairobi set to hold its virtual graduation in September.
So we want to encourage the university sector to continue to offer online programs. I am aware that there are many universities at the moment that are offering online exams and online teaching. The bottleneck will come when you are perhaps training the life sciences, like doctors like myself, where the end product is that they must touch a patient. And we have to decide whether they are ready now to go and treat you. But the good side is that it would be desirable to have more doctors released before the end of the year. But if this is going to be an exception, then we as government must be prepared to provide PPEs for the examination classes in the final year, so that we allow these doctors to graduate and join the others in the fight against COVID.
The Teacher Service Commission is expected to launch a community learning program that will ensure that students across the country remain positively engaged for the rest of the year.
TSC will mobilize all teachers to embark on the community-based learning programs that the Ministry of Education will launch today. Thereafter, the Commission will issue guidelines to guide our teachers on the implementation of the programs. And we'll be asking our teachers that wherever they are, as they also obey the MOH protocols, they are at home like the rest of us mostly, and we'll just be telling them that wherever they are in the community that they are in, they then engage our children.
Magoha says the program will involve teachers in their different localities with keen observance to the COVID-19 health protocols.
If you stay in a court, Kanyanyaini court where I stay, with 40 houses at Kanyanyaini court, that court where the people mix and do things together, the teacher is supposed to teach in that court. Whether it is in the car park when the parents are not there, or if there's a big tree there, they can sit under a tree. If it is in the villages, the Nyumba Kumi phenomenon is the most important one to deal with.
Caroline Kama reporting for Channel 1 News.